Okay, so previous video have some sort of a problem with the command, so I'm going to do it again. I already removed the previous video, okay, so you'll not be able to find it again. Okay, so just assume you have a building like this, and the building have 2 floors, and the first floor have 3 departments A, B, and C, and this floor have another department like A, B, and C. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to create separate VLANs for each department. Let's assume this is VLAN 10, this is VLAN 20, and this is VLAN 30, and this is 10, this is 20, this is 30. So you should be able to ping from A to A, B to B, and C to C. Okay, you should not be able to ping from A to B because that process is called inter-VLAN routing. So in your finals, I don't expect you to do inter-VLAN routing. Okay, so what you have to do is you should be able to ping from A to A, B to B, and C to C. That's all. Okay. So in this case, I'll give you some sort of a table so you can get a good idea what is happening in here. So we have like 3 departments A, B, and C. And for the A, we are assigning VLAN 10, for this one VLAN 20, and this one VLAN 30. And for the VLAN 10, I'm going to assign the interfaces from 0/3 to 0/5. And for this one, 0/6 to 0/10. And for this one, I'm going to give 0/11. Okay, so that's how I'm going to configure the thing. Then here's the switch I'm going to use. So this is 2960 and this is a 2960 switch. So I'm going to rename the switches as I want, but you can actually proceed with the default name if you want. But if in the exam, if there's a name, I highly recommend you to use a name. So in this case, I'm assuming this one is the ground switch and this one is the top floor switch. Okay, because I mentioned about that example where we have two floor building. All right, so in here I'm going to create 3 VLANs. So I'm going to go to the terminal, and in here I'm going to type enable. Okay, then in here I'm going to type conf t. Then I'm going to create my first VLAN. So VLAN 10. Okay, then I'm going to give the name. So name dep A. Then I'm going to exit from here. Okay, I have already created the VLAN. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the VLANs, all VLANs together. Then I'm going to type VLAN 20 name dep B. I'm going to exit. Then I'm going to create the VLAN 30. So VLAN 30 name dep C, exit. Okay, now I have exit. I have created 3 VLANs now. Okay, now what I have to do is I have to select these interface ranges and assign these interfaces to these VLANs. Okay, so first I'm going to work with the first one. So interface range fast Ethernet 0/3 to 5. You can see 3 then 5. That's all. Okay, you don't have to write 0/5 again, just 3 then 5. Enter. Now I have selected that range. Then I'm going to tell this interface range is going to access VLAN 10. So I'm going to type switch port mode access. So these interfaces will access what? Switch port access VLAN 10. Done. So that's done for the VLAN 10. So I'm going to exit from here. Then I'm going to move with the next range. So interface range fast Ethernet 0/6 to 0/10. So which means just 10. Then I'm going to give switch port mode access. Then switch port access VLAN 20. Okay, that's done as well. Then I'm going to exit again. Then I'm going to do the same thing for the VLAN 30, but you can see for the VLAN 30 we have only one interface. So in that case I'm going to type interface fast Ethernet 0/11, only that interface. Then I'm going to type switch port mode access switch port VLAN 30. That's switch port access VLAN 30. Okay, done. Okay, then I'm going to exit. So all the VLANs are configured in this switch. I don't have to do anything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the running config to the startup. Okay, then I'm going to press enter. You have to do this the same thing in the exam. Okay, you have to save your work. Then I'm going to this side, go to the CLI, then I'm going to type enable, then conf t. I'm going to do the same thing, so I'm going to create 3 VLANs in this side as well. So VLAN 10, I'm going to give the name as dep A, then I'm going to exit, then I'm going to create VLAN 20, I'm going to give the name as dep C, I'm going to exit, then I'm going to do the VLAN 30, then I'm going to give the name dep C. Sorry, I've done something wrong in here. You can see for the VLAN 20 it should be dep B, right? So I have done something wrong. I'll fix it later. Okay, so VLAN 30 name should be dep C. Okay, I've done something wrong in here as well. So what if you do something wrong like this, what you have to do is you have to type the same thing, then here you have to type a no in here, then it will be removed. Okay, for the VLAN 20 I can do the same thing like this. So I'm going to exit from here, I'm going to type VLAN 20, then I'm going to type no name. Now the name is removed, then you can again type the name. So name dep B. See, if you do something wrong, there's no issues. Okay, then you can exit. Then I'm going back to VLAN 30 again, then I'm going to give the proper name in here as well, name dep C. Okay, so if you do something wrong, just type a no, then type the same command, so all the things will be removed. So I have created the VLANs. Now I'm going to select the interface ranges. So interface range, the first range should be fast Ethernet 0/3 to 5, then switch port mode access, then switch port access VLAN 10. Done. Then I'm going to exit. Then the next range, interface range 0/6 to 0/10, which means just 10. Then okay, I've done something wrong. Okay, it should be interface range FA 0/6 to 10. Then I'm going to type switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 20 in this case. I'm going to exit, and for that single interface fast Ethernet 0/11, then you have to type switch port mode access, then you have to type VLAN 30. That's all. Something wrong. Okay, switch port mode access, then you have to type switch port access VLAN 30. Okay, done. Okay, just the same things I have done in the previous switch. Okay, nothing special. Okay, now I'm going to assign some computers to these VLANs. So you can use the end devices and click some computers for these 3 VLANs. I'm not going to rename the computers because I don't have enough time to do those things. So I'm going to select interface from this range, so 03 to 6 connected. Then from for this one I'm going to select the interface 6, because you can see for the VLAN 20 the starting point is 06. So from 06, this is for this one, and for the VLAN C we assigned this one. So in this case I'm going to use this one. Just like that, I'm going to do the same thing for this one as well. For this one, this is C, and for this one, this is 6, and for this one, this is 11. Okay, all right. So then I'm going to use the fast Ethernet 0/1 interface and connect it to the fast Ethernet 0/1 in here. Okay, so before doing anything else, I'm going to give assign IP addresses for all the computers. So in this case, the first computer will get 192.168.1.1. Okay, then I'm going to copy this, otherwise I'll have to rewrite it again. Then I'm going to go here, then I'm going to paste the IP and I'm going to change it to 2. And again I'm going to copy this and I'm going to change this to 3. I'm not going to give a default gateway because we don't need a default gateway, because we are working in the same network. We are not going to go out from the network. So this is 4. this is 5. So remember, all these computers are in different VLANs, okay, not in the same VLAN. You have to get that idea, because you can see this one is in a VLAN, which means VLAN 10, this is VLAN 20, and this is VLAN 30. Likewise, this is 10, 20, 30, which means from this computer to this computer we should be able to ping, right? That's the idea. So let's try whether we can let's see whether we can ping or not. Okay, so I'm going to type the command ping 192.168.1.4. okay, you can see I'm not getting the successful message, because there's some sort of issue, right? You can say there's a request timeout, which means we are not successful. The reason is, now whatever the traffic we are generating here, it is not going to this side, because we have to specifically say this interface is the person who's sending the traffic, which means this interface should be a trunk. So trunk, in simple words, a trunk can carry multiple VLANs. Okay, whatever the traffic generated by VLANs, a trunk can carry them. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to select one of these switches, not the both, just select one. So I'm going to select this one. Then I'm going to specifically mention that fast Ethernet 0/1, which means this port is a trunk. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to that interface. So I'm going to go to conf-t, then interface fast Ethernet 0/1. In here I'm going to mention that this one is a switch port mode trunk. That's all you have to do. Now you can see the interface is down, again it will become up. Now you can ask the question whether you have to do the same thing in this side as well, because in this side I mentioned this port is a trunk, right? So do you have to do the same thing in this side? The thing is, you don't have to do that, because there's a protocol called dynamic trunking protocol, DTP. There's a protocol called DTP. That protocol is going to do that for you, which means if you configure this interface as a trunk in this side, that protocol will automatically configure this side as well, which means you don't have to configure this side by yourself. Okay, so now this side is automatically configured. If you want to do that, you can do it, but it is by default it's going to be enabled and it's going to be configured by itself. Now let's try to ping from VLAN A to other side VLAN A. It should be successful. You can see now I'm getting a successful message, but remember, still we'll not be able to ping from VLAN A to VLAN B. Let's assume from 192.168.1.5 we are pinging to B. So you can see we'll still not be able to ping from this one to this one. Okay, from this to this we'll not be able to ping, because these are in two different VLANs. To do that, we need to enable inter-VLAN routing. I'm not expecting you to do that. Okay, so in this case, just remember what you have to do is you have to enable trunking, and once you have done it, you'll be able to ping. That's all. So that's the idea of trunk. So this is a trunk. So trunk will be able to carry multiple VLANs. That's all. To enable the trunk, just go to the interface and type access mode trunk. Nothing else. Okay, that's a very simple thing to do. I hope you get the idea. If you have any questions, just post those problems in the comment section. I'll just look into the comment section and see whether you have like very serious questions. Okay, all right, I hope this helps you, and study well and good luck. Okay.